Hey, so recently I had an opportunity and was invited to consider being on a board for kind of an organization here in our community, and I really wanted to do it. It was something that I had been. I thought that would be fun. It'd be unique, and I could add some special perspective. And I really liked the people that were doing it, and so I thought it'd be a great opportunity just to be with other great leaders in our community. But the longer I thought about it and the more I prayed about it, I realized that it would kind of be sideways energy for what I really feel like God has asked me to do in this season of my life. And I think that there is a benefit to this idea of having focus, to not having too many irons in the fire, to being able to focus in on really truly what God has called me to do. And so I ended up turning it down a little reluctantly, but just trusting that if I can stay focused, I can create more synergy in the direction that I feel like God is asking me personally to go. And the thing of it is I would have been happy to do it. But happiness isn't the reason I should do things, nor is it the reason you should do things. I think sometimes we have many good things in our lives, but those good things, even though they would help us to even have a sense of fulfillment or happiness or satisfaction, they're not true bullseyes into what God has called us to do. And so they become an actual distraction rather than helping you get to your destiny that God has for you and for me. And it's caused me to kind of just pause and look even at other areas of my life where they are good things that I have in my life. They even bring a level of happiness to me, but they're not fully in alignment with the calling that God has for me. I think when you live from this sense of calling and hearing and following God's lead in your life, when you live with that direction, when you live with that filter of focus, less is more. Not only can you, I believe, accomplish more, not only can I believe that you, when you live with focus, you can produce better results and to give your whole energy and effort into a direction that you know God has called you to. But when you live with this sense of hearing God and obeying God, and walking in obedience, you get to live in this realm of obedience that brings you happiness and satisfaction, but you avoid being led or living by obligation. I think it's much better to live obedient to God rather than obligated to opportunities. And when you choose to focus even narrowly into what it is that God has asked you to do in a season, maybe it's as a stay-at-home parent, maybe it's coaching something for your kids, maybe it's volunteering in an area, and you're not volunteering in multiple areas, you're just one area, one thing, one extra task. Maybe it's one role in your office rather than trying to do everybody else's job. Just do your responsibility. Having this focus allows us to live out of obedience rather than feeling obligated to other people's desires. And I think that many times, I know for me personally, I can easily be led by what I feel obligated to do rather than walking in obedience to what God is asking me to do. And my responsibility is actually to be obedient, not to follow through on other obligations. And so I hope this is helping you to navigate and discern. Just because it's good, just because it might even add levels of happiness and satisfaction, if it's not in alignment with what God is asking you to do in obedience, don't feel obligated to go in that direction because it might be a distraction rather than a help. Hey, hope this has been encouraging to you and helped you have faith for today. Stay focused. God's got good things today.